Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 218 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow to the knee.
And we're your hosts with the post. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by one of our Nord listeners, who goes by Banjo K, is the Elder Scrolls, which is super nerd shit. What exactly is the Elder Scrolls, Christian?
I would love to tell you. So according to our friends over at Wikipedia, no simple wiki on this one, folks. Sorry.
Really?
No. The Elder Scrolls is a series of action role-playing video games primarily developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
The series focuses on a free-form gameplay in an open world. Within the series' fictional universe, each game takes place on the continent of Tamriel. This setting combines pre-medieval real-world elements, such as a powerful Roman-like empire, with high fantasy medieval themes, including limited technology, widespread magic use, and the existence of many mythological creatures. The continent is also split into a number of provinces inhabited by humans and humanoid fantasy races, such as elves, orcs, and anthropomorphic animals.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
A common theme in the lore is that a chosen hero rises to defeat an incoming threat, usually a malevolent being or antagonistic army. Oh, Christ. Since debuting in 1994, the series has produced a total of 5 main games, as well as several spin-offs.
Yeah, interestingly enough, all the Elder Scrolls games themselves are on simple Wikipedia, but not the Elder Scrolls series.
Correct.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know either. Each single one has their own little page, but not the just overall series.
Very weird. Yeah. So the Elder Scrolls. When I think of the Elder Scrolls, I'm taken back to the mid-90s PC dungeon crawling RPG games that always just seemed so incredibly dull to me. Like, you're going through this brown tunnel and you talk to a brown orc, and it's this brown text box, and then you fight him with your sword. You can't even see your guy. You just press the button, the sword moves and attacks the guy, and then you get 6 points. And it's like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like 10 years old, and I'm like, I don't even know what are these? What is happening right now? Why is this stuff? Why is there a story? Why does my video game have story in it? Give me pixels and blocks.
Yeah, as you famously say, beeps and boops, right? That's what that's what this guy wants, folks.
But that being said, I guess about 10 years ago now, I did in fact buy Skyrim for my Xbox 360 at the time, and I played it a shitload.
Yeah.
Because it's not that. It was an actual game where you can explore the world. Is basically just like Game of Thrones, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, that is cool. I like doing that. I actually found my copy earlier this week, and it still had the receipt in it where I paid $54 American.
Goddamn.
To buy that game. I also found the giant play guide that I bought along with it, which I think was an additional $34 or something. So,
oh boy, yeah. I remember I played it a ton, and I booted it up this week as myself, and got about 10 minutes in, and I just remembered how much you had to actually play to play it, you know?
Yeah, it's not something you can just pick up. We talked about that a little bit off the air last week. I think I've started that game, probably 8 times. And like,
Yeah.
it's not something that you can put down for a couple months and then come, because it's like there's so much lore and story, and you're like on so many separate little quests. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's like when you're like battling someone, you're pressing like 62 buttons
Yeah.
in succession. And it's like you gotta like go to the menu real quick and do all this shit. And it's like, no, this if I'm off for like 3 days, I'm gonna forget how to do all that stuff. So I'm just too old for this. I'm getting too old for this shit, man. That's just what it is. But I enjoyed Skyrim. The sixth game or seventh game, which one? Sixth game is has been announced.
Yes,
Coming the next couple years. I'm sure that'll be pretty big. Should be. I'll probably get it, unless. Well, no, I won't, because it'll have to come on like a system that I will not be getting. Probably.
It's gonna come on the Xbox that gets implanted into your frontal cortex.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Don't think it'll be on the Switch. That one.
well, I don't know. Skyrim went on the Switch.
Yeah, but that game is 11 years old now.
Isn't that crazy? That does seem like one that just kind of, it still is very strange that it's that old.
It feels like a new game to me when I was like, oh, wow, this cool game. There's people who it's like, yeah, that was my dad would play with that when I was growing up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I want to hear that.
don't like that.
Don't talk to me about that stuff, dude. Anyway, why exactly did Banjo choose the Elder Scrolls as a topic?
Absolutely. Our good friend Banjo Kaczynski wrote in and said, I'm a big fan of the series, and I think it's got a great cross-section of weirdo-obsessed fans, Nazis, and normal people. Another reason I want it as a topic is that the games are hugely popular for mods that add sex, and even has an entire forum dedicated to them. So on top of the regular crowd of weirdo video games fans, you've also got truly bizarre perverts that find genuinely sexual pleasure from modifying their games so they can have sex with dragons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he covered just about the whole episode right there in that paragraph. So good job. Yeah, we did find some pretty much all that stuff, as you folks can imagine. It's going to be pretty bizarre. Now, how did he choose this topic exactly?
Our wonderful friend Banjo went over to the store at reportthispostcom, where you can click on the buy topic button. Went ahead and filled in all this little information and told us, I'd love to have you guys cover the Elder Scrolls series.
Mm-hmm. Good choice, Banjo. Another way to do it, of course, is to become a patron of the podcast over at patreon.com/reportthispost. That's Patreon /report THISPOST. I should have just looked at my computer where it says it. So trying to guess. Jesus Christ. When you join as a patron, you get a couple things. You get the full episode of this show every week. Right. So when you're a free listener, you're one of these lobies, you get 30-ish minutes plus ads for our wonderful sponsor. But if you join at the Patreon, you join as a patron, those ads are gone. You get the full episode, basically 2 to 3 times as long per episode, and you get a bonus episode every week where we read posts about all sorts of dumb shit.
It's true.
If you join at the mod or admin level, you get to pick an episode topic after a spell. It's a pretty damn good deal. Everyone's saying that the Patreon episodes are better than the main episodes. That people can't stop saying it. It's almost a sick habit at this point. So everyone's saying it. You better go check it out, folks. You'd be a damn fool not to at this point.
Yeah, with offers like this, how could you say no?
Yeah, inflation has rocked America thanks to
Sleepy Joe
Biden. But these prices have not changed at all. for some reason.
The quality.
Maybe we should think about it. The quality is reduced, so I guess it evens out. But
I was gonna say remains the same.
Oh,
but okay.
Inflation is like, if it's 12%, yeah, I'd say the show's about 12% worse. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So, God, yeah, you're still getting your money's worth. Head on over to patreon.com/report this post. But Christian, enough of that, huh?
Yeah, please.
Why don't we read some goddamn posts, man? Why don't we read some posts about the topic of the Elder Scrolls?
I'd love to. And speaking of that, this first post is from Reddit, from the subreddit, Our Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
Posted by a now deleted user.
Right.
After discussing it at my synagogue, we have decided that the Dunmer are most likely candidates for the Elder Scrolls equivalent of the Jewish people.
Right.
We hung a god and were forever changed. The split between Christians and Jews. The Dunmer killed one and got dark skin due to it. We have a number of areas and cities in Israel that have the prefix Tel, like Tel Aviv. Ergo, Israel is essentially the principal seat of House Telvani. We have an excellent military. Dunmer get a bonus to destruction. We were driven from Israel. Dunmer were driven from Morrowind. That being said, my next character will totally be a Dunmer that doesn't do shit on Friday nights. And user Vladith replied, I was talking about this pretty recently. There's something really wonderfully Jewish about the Dunmer, from their resolve against depression to the dark sense of humor they all share. It's pretty hard to imagine Larry David as any other Elder Scrolls race. Yep. You can say that again.
Yeah. Well, I haven't actually sat down and imagined it, so it's hard for me to say exactly. Not a topic that passes through my brain too often, I gotta say.
My friends and I were just talking about this recently. Were you? Why?
What? You still have friends after that conversation? Yeah. Classic. It's always every single fantasy series, book, movie, video game. Someone has to determine which one of these races are the Jews. Happens every goddamn time. You can't get away from it. I don't know. I don't understand why that keeps happening.
I guess everybody likes to see themselves in their media, their portrayal of media. So,
yeah. Hard to find the Jews represented in media, that's for sure. I understand what you're saying. The Dunmer killed one and got dark skin to due to it. That's news to me. I didn't know that was a thing with the Jews. I didn't know that's how that worked, but all right.
Maybe Kanye's onto something. Is that what you're saying?
This post here is from 4chan. Be me a few years back in college. Had a female roommate that's 2 years older than me. We got along pretty well for the most part. We shared a PlayStation. We both liked playing Skyrim. We made characters of ourselves because we're uncreative. It was a cool summer night. I went to bed after a hardcore 2-hour-long FAP session. Woke up in the early hours of the morning, heard a game going on in the living room, snuck out to see what's going on, saw my roommate lying on the couch with her pajamas down, and she was masturbating. And Skyrim was on, and she's playing as my character. She keeps getting my character killed in various ways and then masturbating to it. I snuck back to bed and returned to sleep.
Cool. That guy totally missed out on some of the most insane pussy of his entire life.
Yeah, he could have really. Well, he could. Well, instead, he probably just jerked off to it for the rest of his life. It's just
he's like, oh, another 2 hour. Oh boy. Hey, we are talking about 4chan here, aren't we? Yeah.
As a guy who finds out a girl's super attractive, and he's like, wow, I guess I'll just think about that every time I jack off now.
Well, It gives me something to look forward to when I jack off.
Yeah. This holiday season, we'll be giving thanks to our friends over at Manscaped. Everyone loves turkey and stuffing, but you'll love looking like dessert with the help of Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. Folks, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming have blessed you with the ultimate Thanksgiving dinner topic. And no, it's not Kanye West or climate change. Tell your in-laws about your new cutting-edge ball trimmer, then gift yourself or the man in your life the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Trim your butterballs by going to manscaped.com and use promo code REPORT20 for free shipping and 20% off.
Think your holiday spread is good? It's time to give thanks to Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0, or as I like to call it, the perfect package for your package.
You do like to call it that,
yeah. Inside, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, their Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. Think of it as a cornucopia for your balls. Mm-hmm. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. It also gives you the ability to turn on the 40,000K LED spotlight when needed for a more precise shave. Plus, it's waterproof. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up in top of your nose and ears. This nose and ear hair trimmer uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system, to provide proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes.
Obviously, Christian, we can't forget about Manscaped's liquid formulations. The Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver toner spray are like the pumpkin pie and ice cream after Thanksgiving dinner. The holidays just aren't the same without them. And as if this wasn't enough, it's time to do dishes with Manscaped's shower products.
Mm-hmm.
Lather some of Manscaped's refined body wash on their brand new signature body buffer and give yourself the lather and rinse your body deserves. Lose the loofah and exfoliate your mates. No hygiene routine is complete without Manscaped's signature deodorant as well. A couple swipes of this and you'll be feeling oh so crisp.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, folks. Manscaped is the ultimate life hack to get your lady to go gobble gobble.
Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code REPORT20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use promo code REPORT20. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls
will thank you. Cool, man. I got years out of this now. That's awesome. And I don't even have to talk to her. Best part. Yeah. Odd gal. But I would say any gal that's obsessed with playing Skyrim is probably a little weird.
Yeah. Also, anybody that's a roommate, like, even if it's how often do you have, even in college, do you have roommates that are opposite sex? It doesn't seem like that happens all that often.
I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, it seems kind of a weird thing all around, I would say.
Well, good luck to those folks for probably at some point having the worst sex ever recorded in the history of man. So
absolutely.
Her pussy goes crazy, but that guy doesn't know what to do with it. So oh well.
Would never even fathom. Just in his wildest dreams, would have no idea what to do.
He wouldn't fathom, but he sure would fathom, if you know what I'm talking about.
Brother. Hello.
Hey, a guy posted, "My shrink just prescribed more Skyrim" on the subreddit r Skyrim. I've been in therapy for over a year being treated for PTSD. Today, I was telling my therapist how my wife was complaining about my constant desire to escape reality via watching movies and playing Skyrim. My therapist responded that at this point, in my treatment, it was very important to do whatever helps minimize the noise in my head, as long as it's not self-destructive, like heavy booze, drugs, etc. She said that until I was outfitted with better tools for coping with the issues, that I should actually play more Skyrim. After other issues were discussed, she finished today's session by saying, "Tell your wife that more Skyrim has officially been prescribed." Stinky. Took a look at this guy's profile. He mostly posts in our fly fishing, our Buffalo Bills, and our divorce. So,
yeah. The three most common possible overlapping subreddits.
That's right.
Fly fishing is 100% probably the most divorce guy activity I could think of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're getting into specific fishing hobbies, like just being a guy who's like, yeah, I like fishing. Like that's one thing. But if you're like, I have like a whole tackle box full of specialty lures and shit like that, and flies and all that.
Yeah, that I've made myself.
Yeah, that's a lot of times staring down at something because you can't look anyone in the eye.
And it's not even a barrel of a gun. You don't have the decency to do that.
Whew. Skyrim, fly fishing, and a Buffalo Bill. That's the life right there, man.
Sounds like could be any number of guys I follow on Twitter at any given moment, to be honest with you.
It really could be. Oh boy, this therapist, man.
Yeah, tell your wife I said more, and it's like, those words were never uttered.
Yeah.
That therapist was like, I don't know what Skongrim is. Is that a Harry Potter thing? I'm not really familiar with it.
You need to stop it immediately. Whatever it is, I don't want to hear about it. Or they're like, just play that instead of talking to me. You just come in and you talk about Skyrim all the time. Talk about the Dweirvins or whatever the hell. I'm trying to remember any of those names. Dweirmirs, yeah. Boy. I've read a lot of words while playing Skyrim, and I don't remember a single one of them. Not the best writing, I gotta say. Pretty corny shit. But I guess that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, I recognize these as words. I don't know what they mean.
Oh boy, this post is from the subreddit r Morrowind. Morrowind, which was the third game in the Elder Scrolls series, released I think in the 90s. Still an active community somehow. How do you imagine a prostitute class? Is it a stealth class, or does she work her magic instead? The attributes are likely personality and agility, though endurance wouldn't hurt, especially for our male prostitutes out there. Speechcraft and mercantile seem undisputable for major skills, and I would add unarmored, illusion, and enchant, because you have to be enchanting, and quite a bit at that, right?
Boy.
Hand-to-hand and spear handling should be good minor skill choices, with a little touch of mysticism, because a hint of mystery is always attractive, don't you think? That leaves two more empty spots. Being able to work with long and short blades won't hurt, and marksmanship feels like a decent option for a male prostitute. Security might be handy when it comes to back doors. Great. Yeah, now deleted user said, this is actually a really good idea. I'm going to try this on my next playthrough.
God damn. Cool. Yeah, that OP just really wants to be a male prostitute anyway that he can do it, huh? There's a lot of endurance wouldn't hurt, especially for male prostitutes. Am I right, fellas? Marksmanship would be a decent option for a male prostitute. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Buddy, just go down to the truck stop and get fucking railed up the butt. That's what you're into. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, just do that, buddy.
Just do that, buddy. You don't have to drop $54 on a game. You can just get
I don't think this game released from 2002 is $54 now, but I could be wrong. It's officially 20 years old now. Let's see. It's on Steam. Oh, the Game of the Year edition.
Okay.
$15.
They're still making money off of it. Good for
That's
them.
kind of crazy. And it adds up to 80 hours of new gameplay. So
now the game is 480 hours long. Okay. Got it.
fight new creatures including bears and wolves, like lords and goblins, ice minions, and spriggans. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff here. You do need to have 1 gig of free hard disk space. So that's the one caveat.
That's how they get you. Oh man,
I remember buying a 25 gig hard drive in like 2002 and thinking like, well, this computer's going to last the rest of my life, basically. I have more space than I couldn't even fathom what I would do with this space. What's is it even possible to use all this? Oh boy.
8 months later, that thing's just sounds like a fucking Apache helicopter was taking off whenever you turn it on.
Maybe this compact I bought for $140 is not actually that great.
Could have gone with the Dell.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
I'd love to get a Dell. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, you could get married in a couple of the Elder Scroll titles, and I'm not sure why you would ever want to do that, but you can. User Newbies Boobies went to the Elder Scrolls board over on GameFAQs to ask, have you ever cheated on your wife in Skyrim? And a guy named Dr. Daryl replied, friends, everyone should cheat on their spouse as often and as dirty as you can, because it's like a 60% chance that spouse will be your ex-spouse. Then you will kick yourself for not doing it. Save yourself the regret. Cheat your dirty bits off. I have had 50 years of experience with failed relationships. I know what I'm talking about. Good luck. P.S. Always pay in cash, no paper trail.
All right, so I don't know if he got that this was about Skyrim necessarily.
Nope.
Okay.
Not sure.
Not about his. This is real life.
He's like, oh, I saw the word cheat and spouse, and yes, do that.
Dr. Daryl. Boy, I am just picturing Trump's doctor. That crazy guy. Remember that guy?
The guy that fucking died.
Oh, did he die?
Yeah, he just
the guy, the ridiculous white-haired guy.
Yeah, he just like up and died, like not mysteriously, but it's just like, yeah, he's like, he gave Trump his like, you know, whatever. It's like, yeah, he's in perfect health, and then like 2 weeks later he died.
It's almost 2 years ago. Good Lord. God damn. Ugh. Who the hell's going to be as the doctor when he's president next?
Oh, brother.
Only imagine. Harold Bornstein. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing as Dr. Daryl. That does seem like a guy who would prescribe, you know, eating pussy or whatever.
Eat 2 pussies and call them.
The swinger doctor, you know.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Like, I haven't seen your wife off. Like, have you met my wife? Oh,
that's too bad we lost him. Guy looks awesome.
That's how we can. Yeah, we like to keep people that look really cool around because it makes us feel a lot better.
How does, like, it's just so funny that every person around Trump had to be ridiculous in some way. There wasn't even just an accidentally normal person, you know? Like, it wasn't just like a regular doctor. It had to be the most ridiculous doctor you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal with that is. It's this. I think he just has accumulated like this orbit of weird people. So,
but couldn't a weird guy also just look like a normal guy? You know,
they usually do. Yeah, and that's the problem. That's what gets you in trouble. Is that normally a really weird guy just looks normal.
Yeah, that's too bad. I think he does look good though. He's pretty cute. Yeah, doc.
We're still talking about the doctor. Okay.
Yeah, doctor's cute. I think he's sexy.
Okay.
Hey, user Couch25K Pain posted a thread titled "Offensive Character Name" in the subreddit are Elder Scrolls Blades, which is the subreddit for the game that is, quote, a free-to-play action role-playing game that is a spin-off of the Elder Scrolls series set following the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and preceding the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Okay.
Do any of the developers belong to this forum? I realize this is subjective, but I just fought someone in the arena who thinks it's funny to use the character name Putin. Can I suggest they're encouraged to change their name or they're removed from the game? Huh. Dr. Zoom 76, another doctor, said, "Grow a thicker hide, kiddo. Would you want people with the name Trump also removed from the game? Or Napoleon? Or any other person in the history of men that ever started a war or caused death to innocents? Political correct censorship is the first step to dictatorship."
Mm-hmm.
And the OP said, "That's not the same and you know it." Which prompted this from Dr. Zoom 76. Well, if you take Napoleon, for example, he started the Napoleon Wars, which ravaged the entire European continent, resulting in several millions of deaths. So in that context, you're right. Napoleon was a lot worse than Putin. To which the OP said, "I don't need to argue my point. You're either trying to wind me up or you actually believe that what's happening in the Ukraine is acceptable."
That's like, the amount of pussy energy coming off of this post on both sides is just unfathomable.
Guys, just shut the fuck up.
Interesting. So you must think that what's happening oh my God. Where's that doctor to prescribe getting some pussy? Get him in here. Because these guys are in need, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they need a lifetime supply of pussy right now to get them through. The OP's point is really stupid. Oh, you think so we shouldn't ban the guy who goes by Putin on the game. That means you think Putin is great and support the war against Ukraine. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's that circular, it's that one-upmanship logic, right? It's that classic online shit.
How could you even think that? And it was a funny point that the OP also made in the thread that he was like, imagine if after 9/11 someone had Osama bin Laden as a screen name, whatever. And I was just picturing me playing games back in 2001, and there was probably like 1,000 people that went by Osama or 9/11, because it was funny. Like, that's what happens. It's so
online. Cool. It's so funny to think like, I just like at a loss. The pussification of the world is just it's ridiculous. It really is.
All right, we're going to stop right here because we're going to finish the rest of this episode over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's right. If you enjoyed this first 20-ish to 30-ish minutes of the episode, you'll be happy to know that there's about an hour extra of this one over there on patreon.com/reportthispost. Head over there. And all you got to do is subscribe for $5 a month. You'll get every single full episode with dozens of more posts a month, plus an additional bonus episode every single week. Unbelievable. This is literally millions of posts that we read on the air every single month. Possibly billions. I have not counted. In fact, I can't count. I'm actually illiterate as well. But irregardless, patreon.com/reportthispost, and we'll see you over there, and God bless.